Hey, beautiful soul, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Virginia Ruth. I'm a spiritual coach. I like to share all things shadow work, manifestation, and expansion of conscious business so that you can bring in more abundance for your light work. So, in this video, I want to speak more on manifestation because manifestation is an integral part of our spiritual awakening. And no matter how far you are along your journey of spiritual awakening, what can happen is you accidentally slip into lack mindset, you accidentally start manifesting what you don't want, and you believe some certain fundamental things about manifestation to be true that are actually working against you. I want to bust some myths today and help you with these 7 misconceptions, because in these misconceptions are some key learnings that you can take forward in your power to manifest and consciously create your reality. So let's get into the video. The common misconception number 1 about manifestation is that manifestation only happens when you set an intention. Manifestation is happening all of the time. I want to remind you, or I want to let you know, if you haven't realized it before, if you're fairly new, that manifestation isn't just something that you set a clear intention about what you want, and then the manifestation genie just says, actually, I'll give it to them today, and then it shows up in your life. No, manifestation is the laws of this reality. Even when you were a kid and you hadn't had a spiritual awakening yet, you weren't aware of it, manifestation was happening because of your thoughts, your energy, your vibration, and your beliefs. And so if we want to be effective, conscious creators, we have to be conscious in every moment. Thoughts that you're thinking in your mind on a continuous basis are manifesting for you. So if they're of lack, if they're of worry, if they're of judgment, you've got to switch it around. The things that you're saying to your friends out loud, this is manifestation. For a long time on my spiritual awakening journey, I was kind of oblivious to this like filter that I needed to create on my own mouth and in my own mind. And someone would tell me, yeah, you need to stop speaking that into reality. But it's not even true. Like, even though I believed manifestation, I couldn't get my head around the fact that all things that come out of my mouth have to align with what I'm manifesting. Manifestation is happening all the time. It's not just something that you wish and then suddenly the manifestation genie comes along. The second misconception, common misconception about manifestation, is that you can apply like positive techniques like affirmations, visualization, scripting, whatever your manifestation technique might be, and then that's it. You don't have to do anything else. Now, in some cases, this may be true based on your core beliefs, right? But in most cases, what will need to happen is some action to back up the belief that the manifestation is here. The huge part about manifestation that most people are missing is that you need to be in the identity right now of the person that has your manifestation. So if you are manifesting $1 million, right? What does the person that naturally has $1 million in their bank account do in their everyday life? For the most part, yes, of course, there are lottery wins, but for the most part, the people that have $1 million in their bank account are doing some very specific things in their everyday lives that helps them to create wealth. So you have to align with that identity to be a powerful manifester. You've got to take actions in the physical reality to manifest effectively and consistently. Yeah, you might have some random little wins here and there, but I also want to just give a little disclaimer that often, the people that have this manifestation on easy mode and like, oh, I just said it once and it showed up in my life. I just randomly did a vision board and it showed up in my life. They had the easy programming, right? We don't all enter this reality on an equal playing field. We recognize this. Even though we've had a spiritual awakening, some people have entered this lifetime with an easier set of beliefs to manifest from. And so if you've had a little bit of struggle in your early life, if you've had a lot of trauma in your life, you have to start proving to the physical reality that you are a new identity now. You are not the identity that struggles. You are not the identity that's in lack. You are not the identity that always holds yourself back. You are the identity of a person that has a huge amount of money in their bank account, or the identity of the person in their dream relationship. And you've got to start taking actions like that person. Number three, common misconception about manifestation. Number three is that it's selfish to want more. As light workers, as conscious people, as those that have had a spiritual awakening, right? We have big hearts and we want the good for all. But you are allowed to have abundance in your life. You are allowed to manifest. You are allowed to have good things in your life. And often, really, what that's pointing to is this desire to not want more is actually a deep belief underneath it all that you don't deserve it or that it can't happen for you. So you don't ask for more. You don't even put in the effort to manifest because you believe deep down that you don't deserve it or that it won't happen for you. So you've got to do a little bit more shadow work and recognize what is underneath it. Why don't I want more for myself? Common misconception number four is that you should never think a negative thought again. So it's okay to have down days. It's okay to have lower emotions. It's okay to have natural feelings. We have to allow our emotions to flow a little bit like a river, right? Emotions, energy in motion. And negative thoughts, if we just allow them to move through our mind and observe them for a little bit of time, it's okay. You're not going to instantaneously manifest bad circumstances for yourself if you have a few negative thoughts or if you have a down day. This is about an overall percentage of where you're at in your vibration. So don't panic and send yourself into a spiral just because you had a negative thought or a low day. Just get back on track as soon as you can, and you're still going to be an effective manifester. And again, I'm going to bring it back to shadow work, because the more shadow work that you do, the less down days you end up having, and the easier emotions start to flow through you. It's all about the shadow work. So number five is money isn't spiritual. So often when we're applying manifestation, it's in one of two areas, romance or money, right? And often, I mean, it was on my own journey as well. For a long time of my journey, I was very resistant. I didn't want money. I did, because I didn't want to be homeless on the streets, right? But I was so resistant to money because I felt like it wasn't a spiritual thing. But the thing is, we give everything that in the physical world, it's consciousness. So we need to start seeing these things like money as neutral, and you can have money and still be a spiritual person. Number six is manifestation isn't working. So what you have to recognize about manifestation is this is a continuous process that you have to maintain over some period of time, sometimes before the external reality catches up with your internal being. You're aligning your thoughts, your actions, your energy with the manifestation that you want to create. And then if it hasn't shown up in a specific period of time, what you then do is you panic. And then you say to yourself, well, why isn't it here? And then you bring yourself back to square one, because you've said out loud to the universe, my manifestation is not here yet. Where is it? Why is it not here? When you need to actually maintain your imaginal act of your manifestation having already arrived. No matter how long it's been, you've got to still stay in that state of, my manifestation is here right now. I'm so happy. Thank you, God. It's amazing, right? You don't see it with your physical eyes, but with your spiritual eyes, you already see it. And it's here right now. Sometimes our manifestation in terms of this physical reality of how we perceive time, it does take a little bit longer. But if you could stay consistent with your imaginal act of it already having arrived, you wouldn't be complaining, right? You wouldn't be saying, where is my manifestation? You would just be like, oh, this is so amazing. So this is number 7, and I'm probably going to annoy some of the Neville Goddard fans out there. I mean, I do resonate with a lot of Neville Goddard's teachings. They are effective, but from somebody that, you know, channels angels and guides and higher consciousness, a lot of the time what you're going to recognize, if something hasn't shown up in your life, maybe for a consistent period of time, you've applied all the techniques, you know that you're a powerful manifester, some things aren't actually meant for your highest timeline, and you've agreed to come into this lifetime to learn certain lessons and to achieve a certain soul purpose, and you with your egoic mind are trying to manifest certain circumstances that are just not of your highest path. So you're continually blocked. You're always blocked because higher consciousness, your angels, your guides, and the soul contract that you made before you came here is stopping you from manifesting that thing. We have to recognize that this is a co-creation with the Most High. We're not just like little toddlers saying, I want this and I must get it. We have to trust that there is a higher path for us. And sometimes that person that you're trying to manifest into your life is not for you. Sometimes that money that you're manifesting is a little bit down the line so that you can learn certain lessons before you hold that amount of abundance, or that big following, right? You get me? Sometimes it's not of your highest path to get it, and we have to accept that this is a co-creation. This is not just all about our egoic desires. And this is what I see as 5D consciousness. There's a lot of people out there manifesting at the moment from fourth dimensional consciousness. They've recognized the mechanism of manifestation, but they haven't recognized that this isn't just to serve our egoic desires in this physical reality and get everything that we want. This is a co-creation with God to serve the collective as a whole with our power to manifest. Yeah. If you want a little bit more help with shadow work, for me, this is the most effective manifestation technique that there is, because you're releasing the internal blockages, the energetic blockages to maybe some of your bigger manifestations. And you're going to start to put your life on easy mode if you allow yourself the courage to go deeper into your shadow work. If you want a little bit of help with it, then hit the link below to get my free shadow work kit. It's going to help you get started. All right, lovely light being. I'm going to see you on the next video. Namaste.